These single Black mothers that are bringing up these children by themselves, whether they chose to bring them up by themselves or not. I can tell you, I've seen both sides where men have completely abandoned their children, and I've seen where women have completely abandoned the man and was like, hell no, I'll just do this by myself. Either way is not right, but there's a reason behind that. Somebody is too strong-willed and don't want to submit or don't want to listen or be humble enough. And then the other side is like, I'm just not putting up with that shit. You yap your mouth too much. I'm not dealing with that. I don't want to fight with that. I don't want to fight going from work and coming home. That is the main issues, is women's mouths, and men just don't have the temperance to deal with a woman. Because if they do have the temperance, then it's like, oh, they're pushover. It's like, which one is it? Do we want the men that's the pushovers to just take everything, every single thing, and they got to be beat up all the way to the grave and not be happy at all? Or do we want to just go do whatever we want to do and just let these kids do whatever they want to do and then wonder why our streets is towed up? Which one is it? It don't make any sense. Like, which topic are we going to address? Because we could address every last one of them.
Can I respond to that nonsense? Because you sat up there and said there are some women that are deadbeats, but then you said the men will leave their children because they have a right to.
I didn't say deadbeat. Where you get deadbeat from?
People that abandon their children. That's what you said.
I didn't say nothing about a woman abandoning their child. I said women abandoning the man.
But
But you see how quick you're trying to hurry up and respond. And you're not even listening to what I'm actually saying.
I'm about to get on both.
That's the issue. That's one of the issues. That's one of the issues, and I just proved it. I
don't like that attitude.
Literally, you are so quick to respond and then mix up all the words, and this is all the men have to deal with every single day. And you want men to sit around and try to feed their child and take care of their child whenever they're dealing with a woman that's
So you're saying that a man can leave and abandon his children because a woman is.
I didn't, and then that's another thing. I did not say that. I didn't say it was okay either way. So if you would have been listening,
that's what I gathered from it. That's what I gathered.
You're adding to it, David. This is all I'm saying. You are adding to it because you're triggered. Slow down, because I didn't say any of them was okay.
Me, Carmaya. Okay.
You are triggered because you over here adding words to what I'm saying. I didn't say all that. You adding words. I didn't say all of that. So I can reiterate again. And if you want to go back and replay the video, you can go and see again that I didn't say none of that what you're saying.
Okay, reiterate then.
So what I'm saying is there's women that will just abandon men because they just don't want to do whatever they want them to do. And I said that there's men that will leave their child because they don't want to deal with a woman that's yapping their mouth and saying whatever. So what I'm saying is either one of them is not okay to do, but this is what people are doing because that's what they want to do. Now, when you go back and listen to the video after we're done, you'll be able to hear clearly what I said. I'm not saying that it's okay for anybody to leave anybody. What I'm saying is it's happening.
Men abandon what?
I said, you heard what I said, Dalen?
I don't think I did. What is it that Anton?
Okay, so anyways, the next person that wants to, anybody else want to interject?
I would like to address that.
Thank you, Dr. Julia.
I want to address that. So my last assignment was an alternative school. It was full of mostly Black young men, 6 through 12. Mothers walked in there, aunties, grandmamas, and no fathers. The welfare system, the Social Security, low-income housing, they don't foster or facilitate fathers being in the home. And so here we are. I'm a woman running these young men. Then the mamas come in, and boys, young men, they don't like the yelling. When we're teaching boys, they don't like the screaming. They don't like the attitude. They don't respond. They don't do their work. It's a gender-based education. So men are not gonna, they don't like all of that stuff. And unfortunately, it pushes them away. It pushes them. Now, women, we can go back and forth, holla, yada, yada, yada. We are emotional creatures. So we connect emotionally. But when men or young boys or whatever hear all of that, they shut down. They shut down. And there are some things that we do as women to, because we're angry, they may have gone and got another woman or cheated or whatever. And I've been a woman that had a child, and we just do things out of spite. No, you can't go come see your child. I'm gonna go take child support out on you. No. We do that. We have that attitude. We get mad. They can't come. But every 32 years of education, I've been dealing with mamas, parents, conferences, and it does not foster and facilitate the man. The women don't put them on the emergency cards. Men come up that want to see their children. No, you can't see it because the mama said restricted visit. This is a pipeline systemic thing that is happening. Alternative school, prison, even add special education is a negative cycle. And we, even as an alternative school principal, I let my men lead the school because I can't teach those boys how to be husbands, and I cannot teach them how to be fathers. You all lead the school. They know who the principal is, and then I do all the other stuff. But I had to have the mindset, somebody said mindset, that it's not all about me and my pride and my ego and my jazziness. I don't have to be in charge to have the power. And what we do, we think our power comes with our mouth, our emotions, our sassiness, and all of that. That ain't no power. You have more power hushing your mouth, being silent. And so we got this thing.
Can I ask Jazz a question?
Wait, hold on. Let her finish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then we gotta get a super chat when she's done.
Oh, okay. Jazz, I had a quick question though, because like I feel women they to get in the workplace, and I see you very passionate about like equal rights in the workplace and stuff like that. But why do y'all like are so strong about the workplace, but then it's a big deal about the 50-50 thing? I don't get that. Like a lot of women don't want to pay, like they don't want to contribute half of like household. Why is it like that? Like, why do y'all fight so hard to be in the workplace, but when you ask most women what they want to contribute, like or pay most of the bill or pay half the bills, hell, they don't want to do it. Like it's
there are women that will do that. There are a lot of women that will go 50-50 with you, that will help you pay the bills in the household, that will go to work just as much as you do to contribute financially so y'all can have the life y'all want. If that works for you and your woman, that's fine. So
do you and Dylan want to do that?
Well, let me finish. I think a lot of times like men are going after a certain type of woman who is already putting it out there that she has a certain type of standard of type of guy that she wants to date. She only want to date this kind of guy that will financially provide for her lifestyle. She'll never want to pay for nothing. She makes it clear. And I think sometimes men who want to go 50-50 with a woman approach that woman and say, why you don't want to go 50-50 with me? It's like, find the lady that is with that, because there are plenty of women that will help you pay the bills.
Would you like, because you're real passionate about the workforce, would you want to pay 50-50 or
I don't know if
or would you prefer to stay at home and like raise the kids, like when you do have children? Like which one would you, if you had the choice to do either, which one would you do?
When I have kids, there will be no working.
Oh, okay.
When they're really small, like when they're born and get to a certain age, but no.
Okay.
But I
Dylan,
think
what about
the
you?
working thing, it's not that some women do want to stay at home and not work. I just think
Okay.
having a woman that having the choice to be able to do so, I think that's what should be okay with everybody. Everybody should have a choice to do whatever. When you take a person's choice, it's like that's what you do. And it's like you're taking my choice based off my gender. I'm not saying I want to do this, but I should have the choice to be able to do so.
Anybody watch the Obama's interview? Sorry, my voice is going.
Yeah.
Y'all watch it? Okay. It's okay. If you didn't watch it, this is our next clip about Obama. You should guys go watch the whole clip.
One of the most valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't out of line, who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant. You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or what have you, they have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
Right. So that I think is creating that community. I know it's corny, but that's what they need.
What? Why? Was that the end of it, or did it end quickly?
That was in.
That was enough for us. That was enough.
Why did he even go on her show? Never mind. Go ahead, y'all.
That's the shit I be talking about with Obama. Like, and that's where Obama loses me. Why do you have to have a gay mentor to be called out as a man if you're wrong? That's what I be talking about with Obama and the administration. And I feel like a lot of times, like, he kind of mess up his legacy with all the rainbow stuff. Like, what type of message is it? And I seen every other clip except for that clip right there. It wasn't meant for me. But that right there, that's where Obama lose me at right there.
One of the things is we were all so distracted by him being a black president. We did not even think about what he supported and how it was going to be a destruction to the black family. And now we are 13% in the nation as Black Americans, 13% in the nation. And we're not growing because the feminist movement, no one is having children. We're the highest number of Black women having abortion. So we're not producing. And so this is what he advocated for. So,
no, we don't need no more of these. We good on the production.
Okay.
We don't need no more of what we got coming out. We need a better group of producers right now. I'm not really for it. Let me shoot the people a little bit of bail though. When Obama first was running, right, he did not. This is not what he stood for. Obama said that he believed that marriage was between a man and a woman. He was very much conservative in his views when it came to the inner dynamics of relationships and men and women. This is not how he came into office. So we were not, and I just want to make sure that we get the right context. We were not fooled as far as what his message was when he was running for office before he got elected in 2008. This is something that he evolved into when he was in office to advocate for by the time that he left. So I don't want y'all to think that even though we made some bad decisions, I don't think that we made a decision based off of that. That wasn't something that we stood for initially. So,
Anton, do you know what influenced his change?
I have no idea. I have a theory. Right? My theory is the same as how Democrats move in general, right? So what they do is they select a group in order to endear them to the Democrat Party because it's the only way that they can keep their numbers up, right? People do not switch to Democrats once they get older. They usually evolve into becoming Republicans as they get wiser. Some people stay Democrats for their whole lives. That usually happens within the Black community. But most people, if they switch a party, very rarely do they switch from being Republican over to being a Democrat. It usually happens the other way around. Even people that were heavy protesters, people that was part of the Black Panther Party, I know people that was heavy in that type of movement, and they very conservative and they vote Republican now. So what Democrats usually do is they pick a group, whether they pick Black people, civil rights movement, they picked women, right, and feminism, and so they picked that and they segmented it off so that they can have a group of people that's always advocating for that particular group and voting that way. Once those people started to get older and get married and move on, then you seen hijacking of the feminist movement by the alphabet community movement. So they became the new party of the Democrats, even though Democrats and Republicans looked at and stood on the same thing in the 90s. This is not the same party. They became way liberal, and I believe it was to make sure that they had a group of people that continued to vote a certain way. So every once in a while, you're going to see, it go over, or they switch another group, or I think that part of the immigrants coming into this country was to endear people that had ancestors or people that was continuing to come over here for them to be a part of the Democrat movement, right? Once they became citizens and or people that were already here that were related to people that was coming over from overseas or trying to get into the country, I believe that was the next wave and that was the next move of the Democrat Party. So that's my theory, based off of history, based off of patterns, based off of how people vote, and based off of how people dedicate themselves to the Democrat Party. I believe the move was to create a new wave of people redistricting lines, because it's based off of population, not based off of whether or not you're legally here, right? And to make sure that they created another group of people that was dedicated to the Democrat Party. That's why I believe that Obama was dedicated to that, because he was just fulfilling the need for the party itself, not necessarily just for himself. So
I thought it was just because he was gay. That's why he.
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
Antoine, you saying
That's part of it.
And then Michelle Obama, a beard or something like that. I think he is pushing that. Oh, we need more gay men to teach our sons, because to him it's like, I have to pretend to be a straight man to be the symbol of what you're supposed to be, the representation of a strong Black man. And let's point out, he is not Black. Okay, he is an African mixed with white. That's not FBA. People think that being Black and being an African American is the same thing. It's not. But him, allegedly that he's gay and has had gay relationships in the sex of his wife. I think that's why he's pushing it, because he's trying to wanting acceptance for who he really is. And that's why he said what he said about the gay men, because our sons don't need to look specifically for a man's sexual orientation to determine how strong they're going to be as a Black man or a man, period. No, you need a strong masculine man, a straight man, because we have to acknowledge that a lot of the gayness and homosexuality in our community specifically is rooted in trauma and sexual abuse. So we don't need to tell our young boys, look to this abused man or this man who probably doesn't know who he is or what he is, to be the representation of what our community needs as far as strong Black leaders in our community.
Let me ask y'all a question, specifically for the women. I'm just curious. How many of y'all got a gay friend?
We all have gay friends. I got gay men.
All right, let's stop there.
Gay male friend or gay female friend?
Both.
Male friends.
Oh no, I got no gay male friends.
I have one.
Relative.
Okay, so cool. So think about what you just said, Dalen.
Yes.
You advocated against and actually held Obama accountable for what you believe him to be is to be gay.
Yes.
Then you said that I don't agree with the fact that he's saying that we need gay boys or gay mentors in order to play a role in our sons' lives.
Right.
Then you said, wait. And then you got gay friends.
I have one male gay friend.
Nah, that's what y'all be
looking. Respond. Go ahead.
How can you say that?
Because I would not say to my
differently.
Well, because for instance, I have a son. I wouldn't say to my son, look at everything Raphael is doing, because there are things that he does, a gay man may do. You have
But you're wrong with him, so you don't have to say nothing.
Do you
They
have your
see
son
it,
around
and
him?
wait. They see it and then they mimic it based off of. Kids pay attention to what you do, not what you say.
Well, to be honest with you, Anton, there's a reason I have. Well, I'm not gonna say I have one gay friend. Like I have a quota of gay male friends. He just so happens to be, a cool person, and we're friends. Now, that's not to say that I'm gonna have my son around extra feminine men and to say, "Hey, son, now look at what he's doing. This is what you need to be
But
looking for."
you're missing it. You're doing the same thing that you're telling Obama not to do.
Well, I did what he said. He said that he thinks that there should be more gay men that young black boys should be looking to specifically. That's what I heard him say.
Listen.
I ain't saying more.
My point is this. This is my point. This is why I asked that question. Is because I believe that women are truly the enemy of righteousness. And the reason that is because they will say one thing, but they live. Women are the biggest, especially black women. Wait. Y'all are the biggest advocates of homosexuality, and y'all are the ones that complain about down low men, but y'all always got one in your social circle.
That is true. There are a lot of black women that advocate for it. I'm not. I have one male gay friend. I don't have a plethora of these gay men in my life, because there's a reason. I've had more friends that were males that were gay, but we have fallen out because
how can you hold Obama accountable for something that you do?